Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Capricorn. Know that energy is fluid, so roles can be reversed. Flip it, switch it, twist it. Just interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Never force anything. Now, if you're new to the channel, anything of any importance you can find in the description box, such as my website link, Patreon link to all my subscriptions, how to enter into winning a free psychic reading with me, which all you really have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write whatever the word of the day is. I pick a card from the Psychic Soul Healer deck that determines that in the beginning of every reading. Sometimes I'll do it before the reading. Sometimes I'll do it like before I even jump on, just to save time. But the word will always be in the description box. You'll know if you won if I wrote the word winner underneath your comment. If I did, we'll just correspond back and forth on YouTube to figure out a time that works best for both of us. And the day of the actual live stream, I will post the link underneath our comments. All right, now without further ado, again, this message is going to be for Capricorn. I always look at the spiritual energies first with my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck. You can purchase this deck. There's a link underneath the video on my page, or you can go to Etsy or my website or my Amazon store, any of those things. It comes with a downloadable workbook. It also comes with a tangible workbook, and it teaches you how to heal the shadow aspects of yourself. There's over 100 exercises that allow us to do that. And this deck also can teach you how to enhance your psychic ability and deepen your meditation and reflection practices. Okay. Now I will also look at what's happening in your situation. However, I like to look at the spiritual energies first. And it's going to be just, again, your energy. Now, your energy can be determined by what's going on in your environment, obviously. But it's our karma that we want to look at. And our karma is determined by what we think and the actions that we take and what is transpired. Okay. Jump into it. Okay, maliciousness. Invincibility. I like this already. And I like this because I said I'm looking at the spiritual energies first. So spiritual energies are going to determine what our spiritual blocks are. And when I see maliciousness, to me, it means that you've always had people around you that were not really nice. And this could have started off with a parent that you perceived as not being nice, someone that was very angry all the time, someone that would do things just out of spite. And this has repeated throughout your life, throughout your connections. So it's become a fear now, because it's happened a few times, I should say, within your relationships, not just your intimate relationships, like boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, but your friendships, your acquaintances, people that, again, just get triggered by you. And what see is the invincibility, and the invincibility is the God part of self. The God part of self is the spirit part of self. It's the supernatural part of ourselves that nothing can stop us. Only we stop ourselves by the thoughts that we think and what we choose to not do, or sometimes what we choose to do. However, in this case, it shows again that there's been people around. Now, that doesn't mean you didn't have to learn. You most likely did have to learn how to deal with this difficult type of energy. People that are angry with themselves, people that don't like who they are, and then you trigger them, your light triggers them. And because of Christ consciousness, And that is evolving into the highest states of consciousness, which is unconditional love. So actually, you were born into a family, like I said, that was imbalanced, and there was someone in your environment that was mean. However, that taught you how to deal with this energy, and it has played out within your life, as I said. But Christ consciousness is allows us to transcend the limitations of our ego, allows us to see things differently. So this could mean that you're a healer. It could mean that you're a spiritualist. It could mean that you're just someone that's been on your spiritual path for a long time. Now let's see actually what's going on within your life. Let's see if you're in a connection. We'll do that, Capricorn. If you're in a connection with someone, want to know what are their hidden truths. Because again, it shows again the background, which I won't repeat because I've already repeated it. Okay. So many things remind me of you. Yeah, I'm feeling as if you had to separate from a person because again, they weren't nice. They were malicious. They did it underhandedly. That meant maybe not right to your face, but passive aggressively gaslighting you. I can't stop thinking about you. And because this is a real spiritual connection that you have with this person, when you did that, it actually made them look at themselves. I feel like it pushed them into their awakening. My life is not as together as it seems, which that's how it pushed them into their awakening to look at their life. Because people that are mean, they're mean because they again, they're not happy. And so they were projecting their unhappiness because you seem happy, you seem perfect. However, this person is someone that loves you and cares about you. I want to tell you how I feel. So they didn't tell you how they felt, they held back. That's how they were malicious. And I feel as if it triggered your abandonment, that your abandonment and feelings of not worthy, not good enough. So this relationship is a spiritual one. It's one that actually is triggering the both of you. And when we have someone that we really feel connected to on a spiritual level, and there's a deep connectedness, we feel that they should be nice. We feel that they should be loving. And this person was not that way to you. They played a lot of games. And I don't think that they ever had a deep connection. And so this deep connection actually scared them, which is why they played as many games. And now they're also not happy with themselves because, like I said, they're pretending that their life is all together and it really isn't. And that could be also financially, not just, seeming confident personally within their character, but within their outer world experiences, like their job. Some people could be out of a job, other people, they said, are just not happy. They like to give off the impression that they're rich and living this beautiful, luxurious life, but I don't think that they ever let you close enough to see that. And that's another way that they were malicious. They wouldn't let you in. I hid who I really am from you. I lost myself for a little while. I feel like after your person walked away, they tried to forget about you. They tried to drink themselves away. I feel like they tried to have a lot of different types of relationships. They were very indulgent to try to escape from having to look at the spirit part of stuff, what needed to be healed within inside themselves. So what they wound up doing was they were pushing the emotions down. They were again trying to not look at what needed to be healed. because their wounds didn't just come from the relationship with you. They've had these wounds because they've been walking around feeling like they're not good enough. That's why they hid who they are. People don't hide who they are if they like who they are, right? But they feel as if they can actually really talk to you. They feel like they want to talk to you now. They want to tell you how they feel. I wish I had treated you better. So now I'm feeling also like they're stuck in their feels. They're stuck in the coulda, woulda, shouldas. They're depressed. I regret lying to you. Use a different deck. I am faced with constant reminders of you. I'm feeling like this is a twin flame soulmate connection. So, and those type of connections help us heal. They help us become the best version of ourselves. So here it is that they're all caught up in their feelings. Let's pull a few more from this deck to see how else they feel, and then we're going to pull to see how you feel. And then we'll pull to see how we can balance out the situation. Unhealthy habits and behaviors. That's what I said. They have very addictive behavior because this person doesn't feel good about themselves. And when a person doesn't feel good about themselves, they have very low energy and they unconsciously do things to, make themselves feel better. It's a form of escapism, like I said. So they drink a lot. They may smoke marijuana. They may, again, do other drugs to try to avoid. And I felt for a long time when they tried to not deal with you, what they did was they tried to run to different people. Kind of like those people were not there was no real emotional connection. However, those people were feeding their ego, which is again a form of escapism. If people are making you feel good about yourself, then what winds up happening is we don't really have to look at what somebody else tells us. However, your person then was able to see the difference between you and the people that they were entertaining, and they knew the people that they were entertaining were full of shit, that they were just like kind of blowing smoke up their ass so that your person would give them more. And so they came to the realization that you didn't do that. You turned around and you did not like what was going on and you left. And when you left, it awakened them. It awakened them to looking at their behavior and really taking a look at their life, who they surround themselves with, what their life looks like, the choices that they've made. And they don't like what they're seeing. Only a twin flame can do this, by the way. That's how I know. Now, sometimes that doesn't mean that the twin flame soulmate will be together. Sometimes the divine union just comes in to awaken aspects. However, if this person evolves enough to get to your level, Capricorn, then there's a good chance. Like, it wouldn't be a missed opportunity. I feel like I can be myself around you. So this is how they feel. And they feel this way after they, again, did all that. So they're in deep regret. And unfortunately, they weren't able to see their behavior until they kind of destroyed and demolished this connection, as far as they can see, because they actually see what they've done and they're not liking it. Now, how do you feel? Let's see. How do you feel? There was something interfering in our relationship, so you always felt like there was someone else. that your person was always bringing in third parties. And I feel like they were, because they wanted you to give them more. They were comfortable at first with the people just kind of blowing smoke up their ass. You know, they were happy with just people feeding their ego. However, once you left, that's all that they were with. And so you had to do that. You had to do that so that they could see the difference between you and them, and also so that they would look at their behavior. Reminiscing. So you're reminiscing, Capricorn. It's not like you don't think about this person. You do think about this person, because that's how you know that this is a soulmate twin flame. Because if the person did a lot of shit and you're still like, I still have feelings for them, and they still have feelings for you, well, understand, in order for this to work out, your person will need to surrender their ego, which that's how you know a person really cares, because they have to humble themselves to come back. Your person didn't want to humble themselves. They didn't want to give you anything. They didn't want to act like you mattered. Long distance. I feel like there's an ESP connection. You feel like it as if they're far away. And I feel like they are, because they're in the dark night of the soul. They're looking at their behavior. So there is an ESP and an energetic connection, but it's not that your person's not around you. I am so sorry. So I feel like the way that they handled things, you realize that they were scared. You realize that they were in a bad situation, and also the way that you handled it was not the best, because your person doesn't have a good self-esteem about themselves, and so they're really sensitive. So the way that you came across to them, by the way that you said what you said to them, that realizing that they were malicious, they were mean, but maybe it wasn't as much mean as it was anxiety. And maybe their game playing of avoidance was again coming from a place of lack and limitation and fear. And that's why it's important, because when the emotions fade, the emotions of that are turbulent, that created the trigger between you and them, I'm talking about, not the unconditional love, not that bond, but you wouldn't be able to break that. The only thing that dissipates over time is the pain, is the anger, is the trigger. That's why you feel like you're crazy when you're dating someone and they do you wrong, and you want to kill them, and you tell all your friends, and you rehash and you rehash and rehash, and then a week later you miss that person and you're back together, and all your friends are looking at you like you're a crazy person. They said, didn't you say that they you went out with somebody else? Didn't you say that they did X, Y, Z, and then you're trying to backtrack yourself? No, it wasn't really that bad, because now you know your friends are looking at you like you're crazy. It's, again, this is a type of bond that you can't control, because you can't control unconditional love. So it doesn't mean, Capricorn, that your person didn't deserve, again, you to say what you said and how you said it and why you said it. But if you love a person, in order to be heard, in order for them not to react, you have to be like almost as wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. Meaning, you know, but it's the way, maybe again, the way that you phrased it, the way that you handled it. Because at the end of the day, there is no right, there is no wrong in love. Remember, no one holds the score. Unconditional love is not that way. Love is kind, love is patient. Love never holds, keeps count of our wrongs. It doesn't do that. It always goes back to unconditional love. So I'm believing that this soulmate twin flame relationship is all about learning that, but that doesn't mean that we're not ripping the wounds out. Of course we are. which let's see what the triggers are. Upside down. I felt I was living my life upside down without a way to straighten it out. You kept me trapped in an endless cycle. So again, Capricorn, this person could have made you feel this way because you can feel the bond, but they're not giving anything. And they're playing games and they're malicious because they don't really want to let you go because they feel that bond, but they don't know how to actually be in a relationship with you. So you would feel upside down. And so not being in control of your life, that could again be also a trauma that you felt before. Um, Trust. I feel very uneasy in this connection because I can no longer trust you. So again, now does that mean that person can't win your trust back? Maybe they can. But as far as right now, you don't trust them. Now, and sometimes without trust, it's just can't. Let's see. Unsafe. I felt I could no longer feel safe with you. I am scared of you. So again, when somebody again is malicious and they're mean, we're talking emotionally safe. Because of their wounds. And this is why it's so important for people to heal. Because what we see here is there is unconditional love. However, if we don't feel safe, we'll always be looking for, again, the shoe to drop. And when that happens, again, we don't realize when we're looking, what I'm meaning to say is when we look for the shoe to drop, then eventually we unconsciously make that shoe drop. We see what we look for. And so that is a trauma response. We think that we're trying to be safe, but what happens is that we're not. We just can become very overly emotional and controlling because we don't trust. Where you can't control your environment, you can only control yourself. So that's bad. Apology. I feel I never get an apology when you do something that hurts me. And I feel like your person would need to apologize and they would need to gain your trust back. Those are the triggers that you have with them. Now, let's just see. Your person. Let's see what their wounds are. Self-righteous. Again, self-righteous. So we know self-righteous people, they have a wall up. They think that they do no wrong. It's everybody else. Again, that's in the ego response. So that's why you don't feel safe with them. You don't feel safe with them because they didn't want to listen. They don't want to take responsibility. So they would have to take responsibility and apologize. Again, that's why they don't apologize, because they can do no wrong. But it's because they're so insecure. They're just so insecure. And so again, your person would need to raise their vibration. And the way that they would raise their vibration would be to actually work on the healing that they need to do individually, which is why they felt the need to be not nice, to not trust. They would need to learn how to open up their heart, but they would also need to come back and apologize and then prove to you that they don't need to be in that type of energy. But hurt people hurt people. And it's important to remember that. Sadness, take time to grieve. Don't drop anchor here. Honor what your heart wants. So it's again. So now the key is that if you don't trust this person, but you love this person, what can you do to balance out the energy? Because it's almost like, okay, there's love here. However, when I look, it's like, well, there's still all this pain that I'm left with. How we can't go back in time to fix it. So how can we balance out this energy? Let's look, and we're going to pull from a few different decks. Let's see, let's see. Opportunity. I am always ready to take advantage of opportunities presented to me. So again, part of this would be to find yourself, Capricorn. You want to, a person, a lover, a connection that we have with someone that we like have feelings for represents passion. So when we're talking about looking for opportunities, we're looking for other opportunities that represent passion. That doesn't mean other people, though you can date other people, but we should also say, why did we attract someone that felt like it was okay for them to be mean to us? You know, what did we unconsciously teach this person? And why did we let this person in our life for as long as they could, as long as they were, you know? Because there was a lot of time here, it looks like, that this person was very wishy-washy, running around with other people, being avoidant, not treating you fair. Again, where you weren't feeling safe, I'm sure feeling safe with your body, if this person was running around with a lot of other people, feeling not safe with them on an emotional level. So the opportunity would be to look for other people, because you would need to kind of train this person how you want to be treated. This person took advantage. That's number one. Another opportunity would be your passion for life. Where are you investing? Where are you giving yourself love? Because it means that you aren't looking at yourself the way that God looks at you. You were not looking at yourself as, you know, when you sit here and you talk to somebody that doesn't give you energy or love, well, what you're saying is, that's all I have. That's the only opportunity I have. Where really, it's again, your passion for life leads to opportunities. It helps you connect to other people. You want to train this person. You don't want to just pick it up where you left off with this person, because they would have to prove themselves to you. Because again, they didn't treat you right. And that's the only way you would be able to gain trust. You would have to see that they could do it without you getting hurt, you know, and you wouldn't get hurt if you had other opportunities, right? If you had other opportunities that are going to fill you with passion and fun, you know, this person doesn't give you what you need, you're not going to be devastated. There's not going to be a big hole in your heart. You're not going to give this person overgive. Motivation. I am motivated, and motivated people help me to improve my finances. So the saying to work on your job again and be around people and situations that are not just for entertainment purposes, but possibly to also help you with a career, to become more financially abundant. Maybe again, this person is mean and they feel like they could be mean because they make a lot of money. This is why they have a big head. That's what I'm feeling, to be honest with you, that they feel like they could be mean because they think that their shit doesn't stink because they make a lot of money. They're successful in that area of life. They are not successful when it comes to personal relationships. And the reason why is because they don't respect, they don't like who they are. There's no one just wants to be known for what they do. They feel like they can't connect unless it's through work. Vacation, take time out. I see that as, well, you can't see it, but it's vacation. And we take time out because we're not so close up to the picture. Your choice of focus is your greatest tool to deal with stress. To again, if this was going to work out, there would be a lot of anxiety. So you would need to take time to think about it, take a few steps back and take that vacation and seek new opportunities. Now, what does the universe tell us to do? Because that's what flows out with that. Let's see, one card from the universe. What does the universe tell Capricorn to do? What does the universe tell Capricorn to do within their situation? Let's see what. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So what Spirit is saying is, be in your passion, do what you love, raise your vibration, right? It's again, when you're connected to your joyful presence. Well, how can we be present and be happy if we're connected to someone that doesn't treat us well? Again, through your passion for life, through your unique individuality, through, again, looking for opportunities within your career, opportunities to help you with your career, opportunities to grow yourself as a person, to grow a gift that you might have, or to, again, develop a trait, invest in you, give yourself love, become the vibration of love. Then Spirit will bring you people that also will love and honor and respect you. And that will give, again, this person that you're connected to, that is a soulmate twin flame, a run for their money. They will also see if this person, you, Capricorn, are going to be with me, again, whoever that may be for you, well, I have to raise to their vibration. And that means I have to open up my heart and I have to give. And I can't play games. I can't be mean to get my way. I have to, again, become love. This person, I feel like they've only been with people that have allowed this. And that's why. Because they clearly did not know how to handle how you handled it. But it's the best thing, because it pushed them right into a dark night of the soul, into an awakening, and the awakening of who they are, their choices, where they want their life to be, where their life wants to go. And I believe for you, Capricorn, it made you look and see, I deserve a lot more than that. I love myself. And to see when you walk away, if something is really real unconditional love, it works out anyway. And we see that this person is coming back. So I think it's also to learn forgiveness, and that when we love, unconditional love never dies. It never can be destroyed. It can never be severed. It's again, it's the only universal panacea, which is that magic pill that heals everything. It's the only thing. And like I said, we can never destroy it. So I'm going to leave that there, Capricorn. You let me know whether you resonated with this. And if you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and again, write the word, which I forgot to do, because I said I'd do that in the beginning of every video. And of course, I forgot to do it. So let's do it now. And I will also write the word in the description box. Okay, let's see. Promethean fire is the word of the day. And that is, again, that passion that stirs up inside of you when you love something so much. So, which is so appropriate, because that's what Spirit was saying, embody your passion, become passion. Do look for the opportunities in your life that are going to grow that, so that you can become that. And your person will run after you. Never mind, like, want to just be with you. They'll be, because you're exuding love. You're exuding unconditional love without expectation from them. And that really is what heals.